I own AntiAgency, like Conrad said. What we do is we connect people. We're kind of the middleman for podcasts. So if you came to us and you were like, I really want to have more podcasts, or I want to facilitate a podcast, you would come to us and we would um, find the people, source the people via cold email, which is how I met Conrad, and then offer deliverables on the back end.
Cool. Yeah. So I remember with the podcast offer, like you guys were generating some leads, but you guys were kind of like struggling to scale up a bit on the lead side.
Yep.
Like, what were you guys doing before we really met or before we started interacting?
Before I met Conrad, I didn't know how to list build. I didn't know how to send cold emails effectively. I didn't know how to position my offer at all. So we were kind of just spraying and praying. There was a lot of times where we just pulled lists from, whatever, like big databases like Apollo. I didn't know how to scrape directories. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And I think Conrad really came in and showed us the way on how to do cold email effectively, not just spraying and praying.
Yeah. Yeah. And like once I kind of like taught you a lot of these things, I kind of showed you like what we were doing internally on the team, like what were results like for you?
Yeah, I think we had in 4 weeks 170 opportunities, which amounted in like 10 to 15 demos per week, um, which is great. It's way better than what we had before.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, we definitely scaled you guys up. One of the things I remember that we did specifically with your campaigns was like we reframed a lot of the offer
Yep.
and the work around the offer and made it like more valuable than, or relabeled it to being more valuable. Uh, is there anything like you learned really particular there that maybe like you're applying other places or you're taking with you?
Yeah, I mean, from a sales and marketing perspective, I've been in sales and marketing for a couple years now, but I think you really opened up my brain and expanded how many different angles that you can take to position the same result. So I remember we launched a network, or it was a VC network campaign where we pretty much said we can connect the said ICP with people in our network who need like VCs or angels or things like that, things of that nature. So, and that's a very creative way that I think you found a loophole on how to get us leads. And I think that was like our best campaign. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We had a couple really high resonance campaigns. I remember like one was like 32 out of 48 responses were really interested, and like out of like 1,000 emails, we were getting like 50 positive replies, which is for cold email is really good, really high resonance.
yep.
But just to backtrack a bit, like I think we met through an introduction, right? But like, what made you really choose to take kind of like the leap of faith into Conrad's hands and outbound? What made you choose?
Um, yeah, I mean, we met through a referral, but I think it was just the um, right time. I was struggling with cold email. Our company was struggling with outreach in general. So I reached out to you, and I think that it was well worth the money just based on the sole fact of the things that you taught me. Not only the things that you did, but the things that you taught me, and you actually like took me under your wing and kind of showed me the ropes of how to, send cold email effectively, which is a very important skill in the B2B space.
Yeah. What would you say was like the number one thing you learned?
Probably list building, um, and enrichments from you. I would say those are the two big things.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Definitely opens up your brain on the different possibilities of AI stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then Dylan, final question for you here. If someone was on the fence whether to go with me or not, or with team or client push, uh, what would you tell them?
I would say that there's a lot of fluff in the marketing space, meaning that a lot of times you pay agencies, like you pay these agencies like big money, and they're there for the first day, second day, and then they kind of fall off, or they don't perform. They just get their money and they kind of let you be. I think with you, the big thing that you're really good at is number one, communication, and number two, not giving up on a campaign and figuring out ways to make it successful with those different angles that you introduced me to. So I would say, just from a communication perspective, you've been awesome. And an actual like buy into your success, which is what you hire agency for, to be like a fractional CMO. I think you do that very well, and you fill the role for the money that people pay you. So
Cool. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for the testimonial,
no
and
problem.
pleasure chatting.
Yep.